How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and Angry Cowboy fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, setting the record straight on our Dallas Cowboys. So if you're DC for life and think the Cowboys should get CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott's contract done, drop a like on the video, share this content, and please subscribe to the channel. It's been a while since I've given my raw and uncut when it comes to FS1's Speak. After the segment which aired yesterday, Emmanuel Acho, James Jones, Dave Helman, and LaShawn Shady McCoy give their thoughts on if Dak Prescott should be the priority player in getting a new contract done for the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do after that. We're going to come back and unpack my raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, go ahead and take a listen to LaShawn Shady McCoy.
You know what? I'm going to say no, right? I'm going to say no just because of a guy like Micah Parsons is a generational talent, right? And to have a guy like that on your team, it makes everything better about the Dallas Cowboys, right? CeeDee Lamb, another guy, right? Having a guy like that at 88, first of all, 88 for the Cowboys is a different number, right? Mm-hmm. Only the elite of the elite of the elite get that number.
Yes, sir.
Right? You talk about Michael, you talk about Dez, now you got CeeDee. So, yes, I think you need to take care of these guys because they are your best players on your team. They're a lot younger. And we don't know their ceiling. I don't know what CeeDee Lamb's ceiling is. Mm-hmm. I've seen a guy from Oklahoma get better and better and better. Now he's elite of the elite, top 3, top 5, however you want to see it. Micah Parsons, I know he's from Harrisburg. I know a lot of ballers come from Harrisburg. But the thing with Micah is, like, not only is he the best player on your team, and he's going to get better and better and better, but, yo, he might be the best player in the league in 3 or 4 years. He might be the best, the number one. So I just think with these guys, there's no ceiling. They're getting better and better. Where Dak Prescott, we know his ceiling, right? 8 years to get a first-team All-Pro, right? Pretty good. Second or third on the MVP voting, that's pretty darn good. But the only thing about Dak Prescott is he will not win the big game when the lights are bright. Playoffs, we've seen it, right? We've seen it this year. We've seen it last year. We've seen it the year before last year. We've all seen it. So my thing is I would take care of the other guys before I take care of Dak Prescott. The reason why is because the Cowboys knew this. When they were going over the conversation of having a contract negotiations, the first thing they said was, hey, look, man, we're only going to go as far as Dak Prescott takes us. And where has he taken them? To the playoffs, great regular season, postseason can't win.
Yo, Shady, who is Dak Prescott? Please let me know. But anyway, Cowboys Nation, I will never watch this show and expect LaShawn Shady McCoy to give a real take when it comes to Dak Prescott. Every time Acho asks Shady his opinion on Dak, it's going to be a negative one. Even when Dak Prescott deserves the praise, the Dak haters will not give him the credit that he deserves. He also spoke about CeeDee Lamb being a part of the 88 club and how that club is the elite of the elite. I'll talk about that more in my raw and uncut portion, so make sure you stick around for that. In the next clip that I got for you, Dave Helman gives his take on the topic. So we're going to take a listen to what Dave had to say, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Take it away, Dave.
You've got to prioritize the guy that you don't have leverage over, and that's Dak Prescott. He's heading into the final year of his deal. No tag clause, no trade clause. If he gets to March, he probably walks because every team in the league can now compete with you. You can't do anything to keep him. Might not be able to match considering you've got CeeDee and Micah Parsons to pay. If you don't get Dak Prescott paid by August, maybe early September, he very likely won't be a Dallas Cowboy in March. Maybe the Cowboys are cool with that. I'm just going to go off of everything we've heard, read, seen in the news that they're not, that they want him. So if they do, you've got to prioritize that because Mike is going to be there for 3 years at bare minimum.
Dave Helman is absolutely correct when it comes to prioritizing Dak Prescott. The Dallas Cowboys have CeeDee Lamb, whom they have to pay, but Pay top wide receiver market money. Why would you do that if you don't have a great quarterback to throw him the ball? A lot of Cowboys fans who are against Dak Prescott being the QB1 for this team, they'll say Trey Lance can be that quarterback to help CeeDee Lamb break records. Those same fans won't listen to insiders like Brian Broaddus, who said that Trey Lance is not showing QB1 skills. They only want someone other than Dak Prescott. Screw it if it puts the Dallas Cowboys in the hole. They just want someone other than who has been there for the past 9 years. Now, going on to the last clip that I got for you. James Jones gives his perspective on the question from a receiver's point of view. So let's take a listen to what James Jones has to say, and then you know what we're going to do after that. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. Take it away, James.
Dak ain't no priority. If Dak was a priority, Dak would have been paid. Dak would have been paid in the middle of the season last year when he was having this MVP conversation and he was in this all-pro conversation. Dak would have been paid last year. We came in this offseason, and there's been a bunch of these little articles, too, talking about basically, is Dak our guy? Do we want to commit to Dak? It's been those conversations, too. Now, all of a sudden, we're talking about he's a priority. You ain't fooling me, Dallas Cowboys, and I'm sure you're not fooling Dak Prescott's team, because if he was a priority, he would have been paid, because that's the smart and right thing to do. Right now, for me, it's only one dude that's not in the building. Them other dudes have showed up. The dude that's not in the building is CeeDee Lamb, who was a top 5 wide receiver that just seen Justin Jefferson break the bank, and my numbers is similar to him. If Dak Prescott does not have CeeDee Lamb out there, they both might not get paid.
James Jones does have a point. There is one player that is actively holding out, and that's CeeDee Lamb. I said this in my podcast yesterday, Cowboys Nation. In my opinion, the Dallas Cowboys would not be a contending team without their number 1 wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb. If the Dallas Cowboys go into this season with CeeDee Lamb MIA, our playoff hopes will be MIA as well. It is super important to get CeeDee Lamb's contract done, and I agree with James Jones on that. But, y'all ready for my raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. First and foremost, I have to address this 88 club thing that LaShawn Shady McCoy said. CeeDee Lamb had to take number 88. He didn't have a choice in the matter. According to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, CeeDee Lamb wanted to wear number 10 coming into the league, but Jerry Jones put the 88 legacy on CeeDee Lamb's back. Don't believe me? Let's hear from CeeDee Lamb himself in a couple clips. Roll the clips.
I'm looking for the Zapruder film and the truth behind the jersey number. We talked to you after you were picked. You were going with number 10. Jerry said he was hopeful you'd wear 88. Did he force you to? Because we want you to look good, feel good, play good. Did you want to wear 10? How'd you get to 88? Take us through the process.
I had the option of picking 10 or 88, and then I picked 10, and then kind of going more in depth with the situation, just kind of understanding the tradition and then how much that number means to this organization, and then how much like of a foundation that number holds itself, and then the great legends before me and what they've done with that number is kind of like, why not keep the tradition going? Obviously they didn't retire the number for a reason, so just try to keep the legacy of 88 going in Dallas.
Now, Jerry didn't pressure you, did he? Do we need to push back on Jerry?
Oh, no, not at all.
How about the Chipotle commercial with the 88 Club? Y'all go ahead and watch this.
I didn't know if I should wear it. I wanted to blaze my own trail. But Michael, he told me that's what 88 do.
That's what 88 do.
CeeDee Lamb wanted to blaze his own trail. It took Michael Irvin to talk CeeDee Lamb into wearing number 88. This is the one reason why I feel these players can't get away from the past, even if they wanted to in Dallas. Whether it's number 88 or number 94, this organization takes some players' individuality away from them as soon as they sign on the dotted line. So it's not like he had a say in the 88 Club. Also, you remember Brett Pierce? The tight end for the Dallas Cowboys in 2005, this man played 10 games and only had 3 targets for 2 receptions for 15 yards. What about Antonio Bryant? Only played for the Dallas Cowboys in 2002 and 2003. Both of these players wore number 88. So Shady, 88 is nothing but a number on a jersey. It's what the player does on the field that determines if he's great, and CeeDee Lamb has been great since he entered this league. Not because of the number that he's wearing on his jersey, but because of the skills that he possesses. Shady didn't even name Drew Pearson in the 88 club. Do your research, Shady. Come on, man. But Shady's right about one thing. Micah Parsons is a generational talent. He's right about that. I'll give him credit. Micah Parsons also still has a year left on his contract before it comes up. The Dallas Cowboys exercise Micah Parsons' 5th-year option, and it gives them the opportunity to take care of the contract next year. Next offseason, Micah can become the top player in a non-quarterback position if he wants to next year, but this year, we have to make sure this team has its offensive weapons. Otherwise, the Dallas Cowboys won't be competitive. Shady goes on to say that we haven't seen CeeDee Lamb nor Micah Parsons ceiling, but we have seen Dak Prescott ceiling. Even though Dak Prescott has gotten statistically better over the time that he's been in the NFL, we've apparently seen his ceiling or something. I remember Speak was clowning on Dak Prescott because he didn't even have an all-pro under his belt. He has one now. So that technically breaks the ceiling that you guys set for him. So you got to set another ceiling. So what better ceiling than the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl? Then he wants to talk about when the lights get the brightest, Dak doesn't show up. What happened when the lights got the brightest against the Green Bay Packers? I don't think it was just Dak who didn't show up at the beginning of the game. Dak threw a couple picks. CeeDee Lamb missed a couple passes. And Micah Parsons? Where was Micah Parsons during the entire game? The person Shady said was the top 3 of the defensive players in the NFL, but during the Packers game, Micah Parsons recorded 1 quarterback hit, 1 solo tackle, and 1 assisted tackle. 3rd best in the league? The baller from Harrisburg with single-digit stats in a playoff game? This right here shows me Shady is a hater and doesn't do his homework when it comes to these questions, and he only speaks from emotion. Kind of like the Cowboys haters do with Dak Prescott. But like Dave Helman said, you have to prioritize the ones whom have the most leverage of the team, and that's Dak Prescott. Let's say you get CeeDee Lamb signed, but the Dallas Cowboys allow Dak Prescott to walk next offseason. Who's throwing your all-pro wide receiver the ball? Trey Lance? Cooper Rush? You want to make sure that you have a quarterback that can maximize the wide receiver potential, and that's Dak Prescott or someone better than Dak Prescott. He has shown the fans and this organization that he can do this because they did it in the past season. No matter what the Dak haters say, CeeDee Lamb needed Dak in order to break those records and get the yards he needed in order to be second in yards last year. You don't do that with a quarterback who holds on to the ball for too long or one that can't get your number 1 wide receiver over 100 yards in 5 games. But I do understand where James Jones is coming from. Without CeeDee Lamb last year, the Dallas Cowboys offense would have been stagnant. It wouldn't be an explosive offense like it would be with CeeDee Lamb. So it is important to get his deal done as soon as possible. I feel this entire situation has been blown out of proportion by the 4- and 3-letter networks. For some reason, they think things can't get done without them knowing. Jerry Jones nor the Dallas Cowboys have to tell the media a damn thing until it's done. The only reason I feel contract situations are out in the open is because the team needs leverage against a player that they're trying to sign. So the organization puts it out there. They let people know we'll only get as far as blank takes us. Dak wasn't the first player that Jerry Jones said that about. He also said that we would only go as far as Zeke's legs would take us when it was time for Zeke to get paid. That whole line was a ploy to put all the pressure on the player that they're looking to sign, and the media keeps it in circulation. People act like this is something new when it comes to Jerry Jones retaining players and extending contracts. They act like it's only Dak Prescott. Come on, y'all. Emmitt Smith, the best running back in Cowboys history, had to hold out because Jerry didn't want to pay him what he was worth. Zach Martin, the best right guard in Cowboys history, had to hold out to get his money. Did the Cowboys not want these two players? Use your common sense, y'all. But I've said it before, Cowboys Nation. Drama sells. Same thing on YouTube. Drama-filled thumbnails will get all the clicks, but the informative videos won't get as much. The highest viewed video on my channel is a video that I did about LaShawn Shady McCoy and Joy Taylor's workplace relationship. Drama sells. As far as the topic at hand, Cowboys Nation, I feel the Dallas Cowboys need to get CeeDee Lamb's contract done before the start of the training camp, and they need to get Dak Prescott's contract done before the end of the preseason. These players need to have financial stability and security before they hit the field and put their bodies on the line for our amusement. They need to know that they are taken care of and not risking injury at a low price. We wouldn't do that in our line of work. These NFL players shouldn't do it in their line of work as well. And that's point blank, period. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan. What did you think about what the crew of Speak had to say? What are your feelings about who should get paid first? Let's have an adult conversation in the comments section. If you're digging the content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboy fans, drop a like on the video and share this content with your friends who are Cowboys fans. If you are DC for life and you wish that they would pay these players and stop all the BS, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I go live, release a video, or a podcast episode. Cowboys Nation, never ask the opinion of a person who doesn't have your best interest at heart. These type of people will advise you to do things you would never think about doing. They would advise you to jump off a cliff when you just needed somebody to talk to. Instead, go with what makes sense. The Dallas Cowboys need to do right by the ones who have kept them in playoff contention 7 out of 9 years, because without that, there's no telling if this team would even make the playoffs, let alone a Super Bowl run. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.